asked them if you had a choice between a high-quality school that you thought fit your child near your home or somewhere else, overwhelmingly they wanted near their home, in their neighborhood. And you can provide choices on a single school's campus. It doesn't have to be individual schools. And we have a number of good examples of South Carolina. Dent Middle School, very close to us here, has 4 choices on that one campus. And David Chadwell, who heads our single gender program in South Carolina, taught on that campus. So you can have multiple choices in your neighborhood, on your neighborhood school's campus. So choice doesn't necessarily mean going great distances. That's one point out. Evaluating teachers is really one of the most complicated issues and one of the most volatile issues, as you heard on the screen. I used to be a high school English teacher many, many years ago, and I observed during that period of time, and nothing has changed much, that in a school, any school, if you had an anonymous questionnaire that you could give to the teachers, it have to be anonymous. You ask them, who are the superstars, and who are the people who embarrass you, who are a discredit to your profession? There would be a great deal of agreement on the people who are really great, teachers know, and they also know who the ones are at the bottom, the ones who abuse children, not necessarily physically, but you saw some examples. Now, there's a lot of disagreement in the middle, but they know who the great ones are, the supermans, and they know who the drudges are. So we ought to be rewarding those superstars. You know, we ought to be giving them more money, we ought to give them more status. The ones that are, we saw some examples of that too. We ought to be getting rid of or rehabilitating, if possible, the ones at the bottom. It's the ones in that broad section in the middle that are going to be so difficult to evaluate fairly, especially around high stakes like hiring and firing. We know student outcomes is a piece of it, but student outcomes are more than standardized test scores, as you pointed out. And teaching is both an art and a science, and we haven't quite figured out, frankly, how to do it. And you gave me a segue. I think one of the ways to approach it is that rather than evaluating a single adult who is told to be all things to all people in his or her classroom, I think we would be well served to have teams of teachers who are responsible for groups of students, and preferably over more than one school year, who stay with them. We don't pass them around every nine months to somebody else. I used to be a high school football coach as well as an English teacher, and we have these cohorts of students who are coming to us. If you're an elementary school teacher, you know who those 5, and I see somebody in a cohort on your lap that are coming up. You can see the cohort of students who are coming to you in the primary grades, and then later grades. If you're a middle school teacher, you can look at your feeder school, and you can get an idea of the kinds of students who are coming to you. We spend more time and more effort